Hey, what's up? It's JusNik, WBLS, and you see hanging out with me. The man has vocals, all right?
Oh.
Legend, classics. I'm talking about Mario. How are you?
I'm
See,
good.
the vocals be vocaling.
I appreciate you.
I'm going to just start off by saying I was at the VERZUZ.
You was there? You was already on the West Coast?
I was there.
That's crazy.
It was not fair.
The energy
You were not
was crazy in there. Yeah, man.
That was not fair.
It was crazy. Yeah,
Your vocals was on point.
I appreciate you. You know, I had a lot of people in my DMs going crazy on me, like, yo, you about to get washed. This is about to get. I'm like,
huh? What?
I'm like, oh, this is about to be. Yeah, I gotta come out swinging.
It was a TKO.
Yeah,
it wasn't even up for discussion. I love
Facts.
O. Don't get me wrong. I love O, but like as soon as you started singing, I was like,
yeah,
this. What are we doing? This should just be a concert.
I'm like, yo, the everything happening. The watermelons, the I don't know, cause you know it's like that's really set up for like hip hop. It's set up for like battling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't really do too much. You just gotta be raw. You know, that's what I was focused on. I'm like, I know it's like millions of girls watching. I'm just singing to all the girls. Like, that's it. That's all I was focused on. It's like, all the girls that you grew up with, all the girls that you ever want, everybody's watching what you doing, what you say, what you talking about. So, shit, we have fun.
You brought it too. You was singing.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Where was you sitting at?
I was like
up in the balconies?
Up top, yeah.
The balconies.
I was actually not that far from Neo. I want to say, was it Neo that was there?
Somebody I don't know.
Was
like
up there.
I found out later that everybody was there. I didn't even know.
Yeah, I feel like it was Neo, and he was standing up for you a lot.
That's fire.
I was like, look at the support there. He was like, yo, come on, kill it.
That was a good night for R&B. You know what I mean? Good competition.
Absolutely. Cool. We need more of that. You know, it's more so of a celebration than a competition.
For sure.
You know.
For sure, but you know, we can't help but to be competitive. It's in our nature.
Yeah, you're very. People. Are you like super competitive?
I think I'm naturally competitive, but I don't like talking about it. I like just showing up and being great. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like a troller or like a person who like to. I think it's just where I come from. Like we don't really just talk about stuff. We just do it. Like it's just gonna happen, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Yeah, raw energy.
That part, giving it. What do they call it? The Mario effect. All right, we're gonna like coin that, and make that a thing.
Fire.
So glad you came.
Yeah.
6th studio album.
Absolutely.
Has it been 6 years?
I stopped counting. I don't really count the years or the time. I try. Well, I put out a independent project called Closer to Mars. That was like 2020. I say 2021. Yeah. But the album, I think it was like 2018 or 19.
I mean, but can we talk about Closer to Mars? That's a gem.
For sure.
Like, I feel
like
it needs more
it,
recognition because...
Make sure I stream it, Closer to Mars. I got some joints on there for sure.
It does. But Glad You Came is giving something different.
Yeah.
It's giving sexy, mature, even with the song Glad You Came. And the video, and you got the classic car in there, and the song got classic vibes. Like, is that what you was going for?
Definitely. I think Glad You Came is a combination of like all the music that I love, you know, my growth as a writer, collaborating with James Fauntleroy, who executive produced the album, and just my approach to talking to women, you know, very, very direct, but also metaphorically. I like to use the imagination a lot it's like foreplay. When I write music, I like it to feel like foreplay. I like it to feel like it can go wherever you want it to go with no limits, you know, so just the layers that you hear on the album is all a part of me wanting to put my personality and how I really feel about love and intimacy and vulnerability and confidence all in one project. So that's a little bit of what it feels like.
I forgot how smooth you are.
What? I'm just
I forgot how smooth you are. You consider yourself like a romantic, like
see,
like do the bubble baths and like the rose petals?
If I have time, like honestly, it goes in layers. When I'm focused on work, when I'm in album mode, I'm not really romantic because I'm just thinking about business and so. I think this last year has been my less romantic year in my life because I've been so much in my logical boss space that by the time I get home, I'm just like either ready to go to sleep or just ready to I'm still thinking about work stuff. So, but at heart, yes, absolutely. But I think I'm more romantic with my creation and creativity than I am as like in real life. I'm more romantic like, okay, we take a trip, you're gonna see, you know what I'm saying, that super romantic side of me.
Right.
But when I'm home, I'm not always romantic because I'm still in work mode. But at heart And creatively, yeah, I would say yeah.
So you have to like literally unplug and be like, okay, this weekend I'm planning it for you, and that's all I'm thinking about.
Exactly.
But then that is work.
You know what I'm saying? But I think like after this cycle right here, then I think I can get back to my vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I would say also like mentally, I think I'm more romantic mentally. Like I think I can mentally stimulate a woman and make her forget whatever she got going on in life. That's a good thing and a bad thing.
It is a good thing. You know
what I'm saying?
It's a good thing because you keep them interested, but you still gotta have the execution though.
For sure.
You know.
For sure.
So I mean, is it hard to like balance it?
Yeah. What do you mean, like in real life? Like
in real life?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's hard because of the intensity and the intention I have behind like wanting to be successful and just like, you know, this is my sixth album in a while, so it takes a lot of me commitment to make sure everything is right, make sure I'm delivering right, make sure I'm doing everything I need to do, and other stuff I got going on outside of music, even in the film space, being away shooting movies, being on promo, like it's hard, it's tough, but it's doable if you care and if you want to be romantic, and if you want to still be present with your partner, it's doable. It's doable. And your partner, you know, their understanding of it and support is also important.
You seem like the type that you like your space too.
I do.
Is that where that song came from?
Space? Oh, so both. Space is about inviting someone to your space, or inviting someone to my space, and it's also about creating a safe space. So it's both, you know. And obviously, depending on if you listen to the record, depending on who you with, is what kind of space they're gonna experience, right? Because I'm sure, like, if you with somebody that's haven't yet penetrated certain parts of you mentally, whatever, just leave like, okay, this is who I am here, but this person may take you to they might get a whole other space that that guy ain't experienced. I've experienced that in life, you know. It's like certain women take you, you know, makes you express yourself differently as a man. And then I feel like certain men bring different things out of you as a woman.
Absolutely.
So it's like, she wasn't on that when I was with her, but that's not what you brought out of her. You know, that's not what you inspired. So
some people bring out the crazy in you too.
Absolutely.
Have you ever had that relationship where you was like, yo, I'm not myself, you got me acting like out of character?
The reason why I like to stay balanced is because I can tell easily when somebody bring me out of balance. You feel me? So it's like, it can get crazy for sure, but I try not to, like, when I was younger, I didn't care. I had toxic relationships.
Right.
But now, at this point in my life, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. If I see, like, if you just toxic just to be toxic, because you just ain't working on certain shit, I can't fuck with it.
What's the craziest thing you've done?
Crazy thing I've done? I can't say that.
Why not?
Because that's not something I'm going to say.
Is it super crazy?
It's just crazy. It's just, it's more
if
words
you say, like, I pulled up, you know, might have stalked something.
Oh, yeah, I definitely did that before. For sure. That's not crazy to me, though. That's regular.
What?
Stalking is regular. That's so regular.
How is that regular?
That's so regular.
That's crazy to me.
That's
like,
regular.
What you mean? You did not.
If you don't get stalked, he ain't love. Like, if I don't stalk you, I don't love you. I'm sorry. If I don't stalk you, I don't. If I don't stalk you, if I don't pull up on you, I don't love you. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe that's I just feel like, because it's like sometimes it's that intensity that keeps the relationship going. Because if you're dating a girl that's really like will force herself to forget about you, like even if you was some petty shit and you don't pull up, then you probably gonna lose out on something you love. So if I don't stalk you, and I don't mean stalk like I'm pulling up to your mom's crib on Thanksgiving. Like I'm talking about that type of stuff.
You need to clean
that's
it up.
OD. She looking at me. Nah, it's like, first of all, I gotta have the time.
Yeah.
So the perfect time to stalk is around holidays. You just gotta make sure y'all in the same city. Don't fly across the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just playing.
No, but that actually could be a good thing, though, because if the person is really into you pulling up, it's a good thing. It's like, oh, look at you, baby, thinking about me.
It's like, yeah, right? But it's just they got to matter to you. It got to be that, you know what I'm saying, serious to you. And my thing is, don't stalk if you're going to keep playing games.
Right.
Right? But yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I think crazy things is more like, you know, shit we say and do that's like far left that you've never said there before in a relationship type shit. But we done with that. We ain't on that.
Yeah.
We on some hell shit. You feel me? Like
that part.
I'm trying to be there. That's where I live at, and that's where I'm at with my partner. Like, we try not to go there with each other. We know each other's triggers already, so it's like we focus on not taking each other there.
I respect that.
For sure.
I like that because you do have to know your person's triggers. You gon' get on each other's nerves.
We live in the world of technology and there's anything. You outside, you arguing with your person, anything can be on camera. Like you just, you want to control the energy. You want to waste it, right? But it does teach you, just like teach you how to communicate, emotional intelligence, all of that. Like that's what's important. Like,
right.
How do we get there with each other?
I love to see that
growth.
Yeah. So where would you say you are now compared to Braid My Hair?
Yeah.
And then we creep up, the classic Let Me Love You. Like, did you really think you was in love when you was saying Let Me Love You?
Nah, I know I wasn't in love. But I knew it was a good song. And I like singing good songs. And I grew up singing all the goodies that my mother played and the goodies that my grandmother played. So I was around mature music my whole life. So, and at that time, I was just recording a lot of music because I was working on the album. So when Neo came and he wrote the record amongst other records, it was just like, okay, we're going to cut another record. But when we cut it, I knew it was special. I didn't know it was a hit. Really? I knew it was special. I knew it was very special because it was different for me. I was singing records like, Chick with the Braids and Braid My Hair before that, and like Never, and like just more like R&B, typical R&B records. Not typical, but like more soulful. This was more like R&B pop. It was in that space where R&B was making a shift.
Yeah.
So, but Scott Storch, like really, I think he's gifted with grounding records into like this earthy, like harder, cooler sound that wasn't like corny pop music. You feel me? So it was a classic.
Yeah, but Just a Friend was that joint too, though.
Just a Friend. That's like me coming straight from Baltimore going to the studio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Boy Next Door, like Jersey, Thames, like you know what I'm saying? That's that.
Yeah. Well, going back to Let Me Love You.
Yeah.
So you saw that Chris Brown recently started singing and he was like, "What's your favorite song?" And that was it.
Oh, yeah,
like, what was that moment for you? I saw you reposted it.
That's fire, man. I think it's dope that like all these years later, like the younger generation respects and appreciates R&B and talent. You know what I'm saying? CB always showed love. He one of the greatest, in our generation that do this shit. So it's like that's just love. Like for me, it's like I feel like we're the ones who are teaching like the younger artists like what real R&B is for this generation to a certain degree.
Yes.
Because for me it was obviously it was Usher. It was it was R. Kelly, I grew up listening to Kells. My mother was playing him. Joe, Brian McKnight, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to go back further, Boyz II Men, like, so we got to pay homage to the, like, real talent, So whenever I feel that energy, I'm like, it gives me hope. I'm like, okay, yeah, we got a little army out here that's, like, supporting R&B.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I respect that you say R. Kelly because a lot of people, I saw the hesitation, too, like, I don't know if I should say his name, but the man had hits, and we can't discredit his body of work at all.
It's incredible. Like, I still go listen to Study. So I'm like, yo, how did he make it so classic? Like, you know what I'm saying? His melodies, his pen, obviously his voice. But yeah, man, gotta pay homage to good music.
So who's a legend that you would like to collaborate with? Because we always respect.
A legend? Beyonce. To this day, she's still on my top list.
Come on, Beyonce. What's up?
I want to do more music with CB. You know what I'm saying?
I could see that happening soon, though.
Yeah, for sure. We got some, we gotta get our schedules together, but we got some things cooking. He's working on some dope shit right now too. Usher, I feel like we could do something beautiful together for R&B. You feel me? Legend.
Usher, Neo, Mario, CB.
That would be fire for sure. We could do that. I mean, you said it, so if you would like to hear it, that's
can
fire.
We make it happen?
Legend. Who else? There's so many people. I would say Busta. Busta's a legend.
Yes, he is.
I feel like A$AP is a young legend. I feel like A$AP Rocky. Okay. Nah, Ferg, that's the homie too. Yeah. I feel like Rocky is a young legend. Like, you feel me? We in New York right now. Like, he's somebody I would like to work with. Yeah, that's a lot. There's a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to those happening. I feel like they can. So you've been in your directing bag.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So I directed Space, which was the first warm-up single off the album. We went retro futuristic with that, and I create videos based on the song and what the song is telling me it needs visually, so I just like to take people to different journeys. Then we go to Glad You Came, which was directed by Ben Mark, but the concept was created by me. And that when I wanted to go a little more edgier with it, you know, I had on all leather in the video. I had an old school, you know, car in there, a beautiful young lady pulled up. It's like a short film vibe. And then the new video, Keep Going, that's coming out. Well, that's out already.
Yes.
That joint, that's just like emotion, love, intensity, passion, and sex, and vulnerability, and confidence all in one. And art. And you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Parker McKinney for being a love interest in that. She did a great job. You know, we just wanted to really take people in their feelings again and remind them what R&B used to feel like and what it's supposed to feel like.
We needed that.
Yeah.
And we love to see, or at least you're in my generation, so I feel like a lot of y'all had just kind of like, y'all chilling. So when you was like, oh, I got new music on the way, it's like, whoo, thank goodness, because it's a little quiet in that
for men,
era.
I say the ladies been representing.
Yeah, definitely.
But I feel, the ladies from that era too, like, I mean, for sure, I get what you're saying. You know, but I think also it's like, when, you know, if you say that era, we were all super, super young.
Right.
You know, and you can't really write good music without having experience in life. You have to experience life. And I feel like where I'm right now, it's like, I would say it's my prime. Because even though y'all haven't seen everything I'm working on, I'm rolling everything out slowly from film and music side. But it's like, now I have so much more to say, and I actually have experienced it, you know. So when you hear Glad You Came, you're hearing experience, you're hearing intention, you're hearing timelessness, but you're hearing very present, right now energy from me. So it's important, you know. So maybe you'll see some of those artists come out and start, you know, making more music about love. Now they got kids and family. I don't have kids and stuff yet, but just like, you know, we need time to live. So we gotta live. Huh?
You said it could happen?
Yeah. I mean, it could. It definitely could, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it could happen.
I can see it. Come on, Daddy.
It could happen.
Listen, so are you on tour or are you going on tour?
We go on tour. The first date is in Greensboro at the end of January. So yeah, shout out to Mary J. You know, she hit the team up, and she actually called me like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. I was like, yo, I got a project I want to work with you on. And I was just like, yeah, let's go, let's do it. But I didn't know it was a tour or movies, or, you know, she doing everything right now. So yeah, they called me about the tour. I said, yeah, let's go, let's put it together. I'm with it.
Coming to a city near you.
For sure. Get your tickets right now.
What's being on the road like for you?
Yeah.
Or is it different, like now, older?
It's home away from home. You know, there's a lot of things you gotta prepare for, making sure you got the right bus, making sure you know, picking the right, because the whole thing for me is I like to feel like I'm waking up in a comfortable space and just going to have fun on stage. I like to make it as stressless as possible. So it's a lot of preparation to make sure that can happen. From the travel side, it's just the behind the scenes stuff like the travel, the rehearsals, picking the right team, picking the right people that's on the road with you. That's all a part of making sure that once you get on the road, all you have to do is focus on being a performer. Right? The meet and greets, like, you know, what cities, how many you want to do, like, what the energy gonna feel like, what's the creative, like, it's a lot that goes into touring, because it's not just like, oh, getting on stage and singing songs. You want to have you know, something different from what you showed them before. And my plan is to like take this whole Glad You Came moment and what it represents and bring it, have its own space on stage on my set. Even though it's called the For My Fans Tour, it's for my set. I'm trying to encapsulate all of the songs that people want to hear, but also the new vibes as well, all in one. So that's like that's for me, that's the most stressful part. Once that's done, I can be like, all right, I can really live in it and like be that artist on stage. Yeah. Well,
the project is dropping December 13th.
Yes.
So if there's one word that you could describe the album, what would you say?
I would say timeless. I would say the album is timeless.
So this is the classic album.
It's a classic. You know, I feel like my first album is classic. I mean, if I ask fans, I get different answers, but I feel like it's the first album of my new era. Let's just say that.
Because like
that. It's all, I'm hands on every part of it. You know, so it's just a different journey with this one. So yeah, timeless.
You're definitely on a journey.
Yes.
I've seen you was in a movie, a Christmas movie, which for the holidays you should go see
Christmas. It. Yeah, go see that for the holidays. You can watch it at home. BET Plus. You ain't even got to leave the crib. Sit on the couch. After you finish eating, you got the itis. just go sit on the couch, watch it with the family. It's cool.
You gonna do more of that?
For sure. Yeah, New Citizen
Productions.
Is that
like stressful for you? Like, are you good at remembering lines and all that?
I think I'm good at it for sure. I shot that. I only did my stuff in like 20 days, so it was like,
oh wow,
it was a lot to remember all at once. But once I connect with the character and understand the intention behind the arc of the character, everything else is easier.
Right. It was almost like your real life, right?
Similar. The movie's about a young lady who inherits a boutique from her mom, played by Raven Goodwin. Pretty V plays her best friend. I play a character by the name of Teddy Maxwell. And so he's in between like spaces in his personal life with love and trying to figure it out. He's dating this girl, dating that girl. Anything that he finds that is attractive, he on it. You feel me? So his manager's like, yo, you gotta change your lifestyle. So he finds this lady Tiffany in his store. She's shopping for clothes for him, and she's like, oh, this is the perfect girl. So unbeknownst to him, she's trying to hook them up. And you see how these love triangles happen, his life, her life, and in the end, you'll see what happens. You gotta watch the movie though. Yeah.
And he's a great actor. Kudos to you on that.
Appreciate
I was a little surprised. I was like, is that Omarion?
Yeah, I've done movies before. I did Freedom Riders before Step Up. I've done plays. I've done Broadway plays. I did Hair at Hollywood Bowl. I did Rent live on Fox. So
that's hard though.
Yeah.
Those Broadway plays, like different. There's no cut.
It's a very immersive experience for both the audience and the actors and actresses. Like it's where you really learn, the skill of. Denzel said this in one of his interviews recently. He said, acting is for filmmakers, and Broadway, I forgot how he said it, but he's basically like talking about how, like, as an actor, right, you can be on set, you rehearse for this for a whole 6 months, whatever you rehearse for, and then your best performance could be a shot where he's on the other character, but you still gotta act, or like he said, on your foot, or on whatever, and they tune in, but you giving your best performance, right? And it's so true, because I've been on set and they're like, okay, one more take, and you do your best take, but it's on the other person, and you're just like, yo, it's internally disappointing, because you know that if they had got that take, that would have been the one everybody loved,
right?
But it comes with it. But I think Broadway teaches you how to do it every time the best, because you only get one chance. So I wouldn't say I'm the greatest at that at all, but it's definitely something that taught me a lot.
Is there a Broadway play that you want to star in?
Wow, that's a good question. I can't say that there's one that I would love to star in, but I would love to create some type of play about my life, and share that story with people. I think it'd be very inspirational to people and to artists and creatives and anybody that has had to dive in themselves to extract all of the things that was holding them back in life and move forward with using creativity as their muse. Struggles with love life and finding what love really means to you. Like, there's so many different storylines that I can go about with it, but one day I'm gonna share my story in that way creatively, for sure. And
you could direct it, since you're in your directing bag.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a co-director as well, but yeah, definitely on the creative part as well.
What about a reality show? Would you do one of those?
I've done those before. I did one before.
Because you're really private, so...
A reality show? No. Because I feel like today's reality shows don't have the same type of demure.
There goes that word.
I've never really used it before. It just made sense. But yeah, it's just different today. I think the intention behind it is more about like making money than it is about actually, I don't know. The reality show's always been about making money. So I wouldn't. It has to be a movie, a docuseries, or a play, something that has creative elevation to it. Yeah.
I can see that.
For sure.
I can see that.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay elevated and do things that I'm proud of. Only. I've turned down a lot of reality shows. I turned down a lot of money in life because I'm like, that's not something I can look back at and be proud of. But it's crazy because, for us as black entertainers and everything we do in our fields, like, it always seems like we have to take what we can get. And I try to be the opposite of that just in my life in general. Like, okay, oh, if you don't do this, then you ain't gonna have this success. Or if you don't do it, and it's just like, I'll wait. If I gotta lose, you know, a couple M's this year because I didn't do this, but it's gonna make me happier, cool, I'll wait, you know. So that's just how I am, though.
It's called standards.
Yeah.
And the older you get, the more you're like, this is where I'm at. Yeah. Meet me here or not.
Exactly.
I respect it.
Exactly.
Look, I'm looking forward to this project based off the snippets and clips that I've heard.
Thank you.
This is going to be a timeless album. What do you want to say to your fans? You know.
Thank y'all for your patience. Thank y'all for always showing up. You know, anytime I posted something or went viral for something, for those of you who show real love, thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all on the road, and I promise you that we will never go this long without seeing each other. I got you. I'm here to stay. Mario, I love you.
He's so good with his words. He's so good with his words, y'all. Go cop it, run it up, all of that good stuff. Appreciate you, Mario.
Appreciate you.
Blessings.
For that. Yes.